This is Variety Hour.
You look stressed.
Dalton, you've got thoughts
I do.
for once in your
I
life.
do. I
Go
have
on.
figured it out. I have figured out the meaning to life.
No, you didn't. That's not what you were
Existence?
talking about. That's not what you were
Everything.
talking about. That is not what you were talking about.
I figured out where it went wrong.
Where what went wrong?
Everything.
Everything.
The world.
The world.
The world went wrong.
The moment upon which this world had pended. Go on.
What year was that?
It's around 2000.
Right
huh?
around 2000.
Seems like it, huh?
Around the year
Maybe a couple years later, maybe a couple years earlier, huh?
Around the year 2000, Al Gore
Al Gore.
became the president of the United States.
Okay.
There was a recount.
Okay.
And that was the first time in my life where, like, you used to turn on the news and, like, that was it. That was fact. You were a little kid.
Okay.
You understood this is how the world works. That was the first time something was weird. Something was wrong.
That was the first time something was weird.
That was a big part of my life. That recount was a huge deal. I remember, like, staying up as a kid watching that. That's all we talked about at school because it was a huge event for the United States. And it's never gotten better. Like, that's when the curtain was lifted for Dalton Gentry, and that's when everything just went wrong. So,
That's not the argument you're presenting. The argument you're presenting is that's where everything went wrong.
that's where everything went wrong.
The everything. Explain everything.
Everything. Everything that's gone wrong. Like, we turn on the news now. All you're going to hear is just terrible things. You're going to hear about corrupt politicians. You're going to hear about this, that, and the other. It all went wrong with Al Gore.
Okay. So
Somewhere.
two steps before that with Bill Clinton in the White House taking advantage of his staffers. That was totally normal.
I see. I wasn't around for that. I was too young to.
Oh,
really
right.
grasp that. So it's Al Gore.
That's not the argument you were making.
It's totally Al Gore.
The world.
There was a hole in space-time. The fabric of space and time ripped the Bush-Gore election, and we've just gone down the wrong path.
Yeah, the fabric in space and time ripped, and Dalton fell through it. We haven't gotten him back yet.
If Al Gore would have won that election, I would be a very prosperous man right now.
How's that?
We would be living in an absolute utopia.
How's that?
Elon Musk would be making electric cars. We'd be driving them because we could afford them.
Elon Musk is making electric cars.
But we ain't going to be driving them because we can't afford them.
How would Al Gore have changed that?
I don't know, but
Don't get me wrong. This is what I hate. Every time I talk to you, I end up looking like I'm wearing a MAGA hat.
Yeah.
I can't stand Donald Trump. Can't stand him. You make me feel like I've got a MAGA hat on. Because you are a bleeding heart leftist. You've got nothing liberal about you. You're a Democrat. And every time we talk about this stuff, look, one of the reasons I don't want to talk about politics on the channel anymore, when I was becoming old enough to understand politics, no one talked about politics because they were too difficult.
Okay.
It was, we invaded Iraqistan. But we invaded Iraqistan because of the oil. We didn't invade Iraqistan because of the oil. The oil that was there was with people with which we were friendly anyway. Well, you can't necessarily say that because back in the 80s this happened. Well, back in the 70s this happened. Everything was too difficult to talk about. Geopolitics, right? No one wanted to talk about politics because no one understood more than 3 steps back, and this is not a game of Candyland. We're playing Risk, baby.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to talk about politics because it's too simple. You wear a red hat, you can die.
Pretty much. That's
Right?
where we're at.
You're on the left part of this something. Well then you're a no good person. Now it's just too simple, and I can't stand it. But go back to Al Gore. Tell me about it.
That moment ruined the world. And, like, it was just my upbringing, and, like, yeah, that's how it worked. That was just, like, the first big national event that I remember.
No. Present your argument. The argument with which you started.
When
that it
Al
was
Gore,
that moment that changed the world.
When that recall happened, the world changed.
Absolute recall.
That was it. Absolute recall. We should do a film on it. I'll be Al Gore. I look like Al Gore.
How do you look like Al Gore?
I don't know. I think I look the exact opposite of Al Gore, so I just wanted to go with it. I don't think I'd make a good W.
Yeah, there's weird things coming out of your mouth sometimes. So
You're welcome. That's what we're here for. It's Variety Hour. But anyway.
I don't know. I don't really think about the things coming out of my mouth. I just think about things going into them.
Enough conspiracy theories for the
man.
day.
No more
Last
conspiracy
week, weren't we
theories.
talking about lizard people? Not lizard people. Mole people. You yelled at me for the mole people, too.
This has been Strip Cover Lit.
No. No.
We're done here.
If you do not have anything better to produce, we will talk 23 minutes about conspiracy theories. Because they humor me.
Don't talk about conspiracy. Don't say the word conspiracy theories. It will get us demonetized on YouTube.
They very well could.
Trump even apparently will get us demonetized now.
Bad news bears. So anyway, Adrian.
Yeah.
How was Adrian's week? We always start there.
I want to hear more about Al Gore.
Al Gore ruined the world.
Go on. I want to hear this
No,
argument.
that's it. There's no argument behind it. You can't explain it. The world changed when Al Gore didn't win the election. The veil was lifted from poor Dalton's eyes, and therefore everything changed.
You know, every once in a while I say that once a week you disappoint me.
Is that this moment?
It's absolutely not this moment.
Okay.
Because in this moment, you are so truly and authentically Dalton
Yeah.
that I don't know what to do with myself.
Okay.
Like, more so than the fact that you've been unemployed and you've been playing a hippie drum and...
It's not been bad.
Yeah. How's your week been?
It's okay. I started a new job.
Oh, did you?
Technically, I got 3 jobs in 1 week. I stuck it out for 1.
3?
I did.
I think I missed one there.
I got the hotel.
Yeah?
I signed up for the DoorDash so I could deliver people's food. I never actually did any dashing. But I am technically a dasher.
But I picked up the food.
So I want to explain this. In my unemployment, instead of being like, well, I could make money doing this, I'm like, I bet people just cancel their orders all the time and you already have that food in the car. You could just take it right home with you.
Why would that happen?
I don't know. It just sounded appealing to me. And it turns out it actually does happen. People will place the order and be like, no, I don't want it. And they'll just cancel. Like, you've already got it picked up. And, like, you get a hold of the DoorDash people and they, like, give you, like, half the pay that you were supposed to get for the entire trip. And they're like, keep the food. Or throw it away. But let's be honest, that means keep the food.
How do you know this?
I read into it. Don't you want to know, if you are going to be doing this, what to do if something happens like that?
That is one of the last things that would have crossed my mind.
If you
because
are
someone has already paid for the food and paid for the service.
But they don't
Why
want
would they
it
cancel
anymore.
it?
Or if somebody else picked up it, maybe there was a glitch and somebody else picked it up and it's already gone. When you arrive at the restaurant, what do? You had to look into it. But anyway, I didn't choose that job. I chose the illustrious life of a convenience man. Working at a gas station.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's majestic.
Convenience man.
I sell the citizens of St. Joseph their daily supply of Swisher Sweets, cigarettes, alcohol, and the occasional fountain soda.
And sometimes their spray of cologne at the end of their bathroom session.
Working there for the past week, I can
Smell
assure
like a
you,
bathroom session.
no one uses cologne. No one. It is awful. But no, like, I didn't realize, like, you go to a gas station. Like, I go all the time for cigarettes. So I expected people to come in and buy cigarettes and gas, because that's all I get at a gas station. Maybe a drink. But, like, my God, man. People just come in left and right to buy, like, 40s of malt liquor. Like, that's the go-to. The $1.50 cans.
How are you the one that this surprises and I'm not?
That surprises me.
How?
Like, I always just assumed, like, honestly, some people are really into it. Some people have a problem and, really go out and...
Really into what?
Malt liquor? You don't have, like, the Mad Dog connoisseurs?
No. Anytime someone is really into malt liquor is the problem.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
No, I've been that guy. I'm not saying... No, I've been that guy, and it was a problem.
And some people do have a problem with it. That's fine. I'm the guy who's like, I bet that Steel Reserve tastes terrible. I have to know. And I'll buy it.
And was it a problem?
No. You're at the gas station, you're picking something up, and there's a Steel Reserve. You're like, it's $1.50. I have to know what Grape Thunder tastes like.
Good stories often start with Steel Reserve.
Yeah,
Good decisions never do.
this is fair. This is fair. But yeah.
That cane of Steel Reserve is a problem.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I work at one of the nicer convenience stores in St. Joseph, and I'm terrified to see what the others are like. Because, wow, I have met some people.
What shift are you going to be working?
I will be working 4 p.m. until close.
Wow.
1
You're
a.m.
going to meet
or
some people.
2 a.m. on the weekends. It's going to be a time. I've been working the morning shift recently. Not that bad.
Yeah.
But I imagine about midnight, that's when the gremlins come out.
Midnight. Dalton, I've lived in St. Joe. You've got until 8:30.
That's when it goes downhill. Like 8:30 dawns are like, tonight's the night, boys. We're getting out. We're doing it. Go get them Steel Reserves. So this phenomenon that I have yet to come across.
Is this an Al Gore story?
It's not an alcohol story. I think I may have mentioned this to you. These seltzers, these alcoholic seltzer waters,
Yeah.
hugely popular. I sell them all the time.
With blonde women in their 40s?
With everyone. Like, there is not a person, and I don't know if maybe it's new and people are wanting to try it,
Pre-mixed drinks are always terrible.
but like it is a spectrum of people. And it started out with just like, this is an alcoholic seltzer water. It's got a hint of raspberry. But now Natural Light has gotten into the game.
What?
Natural Light has gotten into the game.
What?
Natural Light is selling natural seltzer now.
Okay.
It's the flavor is the Catalina Lime Mixer.
Do you know why?
Brilliant. The can advertisement actually says when cherry and lime become best friends. Brilliant.
Is that legal?
I don't know, but they did it. There are other ones called like Aloha Beaches. Natural Light Seltzer Water. But now Busch Light's in the game, and they're selling pumpkin spice seltzer water. Yeah. Yeah. And like, I don't like seltzer waters to start with. Just flavorless, bubbly water.
I like seltzer water. I like club soda.
But like, I don't want to drink that and then get drunk on that. That sounds awful.
No.
It does. We should go get some White Claws. I think those are like the Dom Perignon of the seltzer world
So
at this point.
here's what we're going to do.
What are we gonna do?
We're going to buy a 2-liter of club soda.
Okay.
We're going to buy a handle of gin. And we're going to buy some of that Torino's. Is it Torino's
Oh, the little pump?
pump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably not bad.
Yeah. I don't know. There was a summer when I was in college. That was all I drank. New Amsterdam gin, club soda, and strawberry Torino's.
Yeah.
It is fantastic.
When I worked at a coffee shop very briefly in high school, you took basically club soda, Torinos, and put a little whipped cream on top. It was called Italian soda.
Yeah.
Like, they're delicious.
It's an alcoholic Italian soda.
But I can't imagine that's what these taste like.
No, because they're pre-mixed.
Yeah.
I don't know what... Pre-mixed drinks are always
That's fair.
terrible.
That's fair.
Always terrible.
But I still feel like I have to know. But like, I don't want to go buy like a 6-pack of these because I'm not going to drink them. And they're going to just sit in my fridge and haunt me.
I imagine they won't sell them to you unless your fingernails are painted.
I'm telling you, man, a spectrum of people. Spectrum. I have seen guys come in look like they just got out from under like a big rig truck, like covered in oil, buying White Claws. And like, I would imagine they're like me. They're like, I gotta know. But then they come in consistently. Like, I just imagine they're going back to the shop like, Dave, we're cutting back on the beer. We're doing the healthy thing now. I got these White Claws.
But I just got out from under a truck, Paul.
Drink it, boy. It's good for you. It's just beyond me. Just beyond me. Anyway. So that's where I am in life. Working at the gas station. Having fun.
This is the moment where I'm disappointed.
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
That's fair, that's fair.
Early wasn't earlier. It wasn't.
It's
earlier.
actually like, I'm wondering, like, I'm going to start getting people, they want to take, like, bets, like, what's the over-under of how long he's going to stay there? Because there's no call-in policy.
Oh, what do you mean no call-in policy?
Okay, so like
There is a no call-in policy, or there is no call-in policy?
let me explain it in the full spectrum. We have a lot of people who live in Europe who watch the show, yes?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. Let me just dump on you this glorious dystopia of a job that I have. I make $9 an hour, $9.50, which is not great.
If you have to differentiate between 9 and 9.50, it's a sign that it's not great.
It's not great. No insurance. Full-time.
Which is standard American policy.
No insurance whatsoever. You get none. No vacation time.
No vacation
None.
time.
No sick leave. You call in, you lose your job.
Dalton, as of the time of filming this, I'm not sure you still have this job.
No, it's beyond me how long I've lasted. It's been 4 days. But like I was talking to one of my managers, I'm like, so this call-in policy of like no call-ins, how rigid is that? They're like, well, you don't have a replacement. Like we have to fire you. I'm like, really? That seems a bit excessive. A bit excessive. So yes, I have no benefits. I have no vacation leave. I have no sick leave. I get paid a hair above minimum wage.
You know what you remind me of when you say that?
What's that?
A bit excessive. You remind me of Monty Python and the Holy Grail when he stumbles upon the commoner at the beginning.
Yeah.
Where it's this is oppression, oppressing the people.
Oh, I'm gonna use that line at my next meeting. I see. Yeah, it's a thing, man.
Dalton, you are not for long.
No. I sat down with Megan. I'm like, so.
Did you walk out again? No.
You remember how I left the last job after 2 hours? We're looking at 2 weeks on this one.
Yeah, Dalton, you're. I don't.
It's completely not sustainable.
No wonder. No wonder. No wonder you tried to call in on me today.
Because I can't call in at work?
Yeah.
I didn't try to call in on you
I
today.
mean, if we have to film on Saturday, I'm not going to be upset.
Yeah, I've got nothing to
I
do
won't
this
be
weekend.
upset.
I was trying to be convenient.
I haven't read the stuff yet.
Everything was read at that point. I was up until
No, it
2 o'clock
wasn't.
this morning doing it.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No. You said very clearly in your text message, if we have to shoot on Saturday, I'm not going to be upset. I got to finish the reading.
No. To the phones, Adrian.
To the phones, to the bat phones. Talk about something so that people don't just watch us playing with
it's
our
fine.
phones.
It's fine. It's fine.
No, it is in here.
Okay.
It is in here.
If we need to do tomorrow, I'm really not opposed to it. I was up too late finishing it.
No.
Yeah, verbatim.
Where are we at here?
Right there, 9:16 a.m. Oh. It feels so good to be right. I'm not used to
That
this
means you
feeling.
weren't done.
No, that was it. That was the end of the text message. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. The previous day. Will you be done with it for tomorrow? I'm still working on it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm done. Nice.
Okay.
That's where, okay.
So it was my choice. Like, okay, I have to finish this. I'm going to be up super late. I should ask and see if he's going to be done with it because I'm going to be pissed if I prep the whole thing and he hasn't finished it. It's happened before.
Not often.
Not often.
Not often that way.
But I wasn't going to risk it. It's okay. You can tell me I was right.
You were right.
Thank you.
You were wrong about the day before. You were right on technicality. You were absolutely right. But you were wrong how many times before that?
I thought you were just going to say you were wrong by existence.
Well,
because for the most part at this point.
Judging from my existence with Salty, when he sends me the text message, we can do the next day if you need. What it means is I haven't finished anything.
No. I just didn't want to stay up super late reading it if I wasn't going to be talking about it today.
Did we talk about it today?
We did talk about it today.
Well, I'll be damned.
There have been times I've drove down here and it's like, oh, we weren't doing that this week. Or, Oh, I didn't prep
Well,
that.
if there's a miscommunication.
Yeah.
More often than not,
Just
things
be
like that are
safe.
miscommunications.
Just be safe. But anyway, back to this dystopian job. I forgot to tell you the best part. They gave me one uniform, one shirt. So I've done laundry 4 times this week. Every single day I get home, I have to wash and launder my uniform and prepare for the next day.
Really?
Yeah. I
Why?
won't wear it twice. That's gross.
Really?
Yeah.
Don, how long has it been since you've washed your hair?
6 months. But like,
That's
it's a shirt. You touch your shirt. There's a difference.
Yeah, I suppose there is.
But anyway, that's my life in a nutshell. That's what I got. Thank you, everyone, for the concerns. Say, like, oh, you're going to land on your feet. Oh, you should deliver pizzas or start a dog walking business. It's like I'm 10.
And the few comments that I had to delete because I know Dalton hadn't seen them yet.
There were a couple good ones. That one guy was like, usually I feel bad about myself, but thank you.
There was the one that got me. Oh, I can't remember the name. The profile picture is a guy in a suit. Like he's got a suit, he's got a jacket, got a tie on. Very presentable, right?
Okay.
Might be a politician. Looks like that type of fella, right? And he said, I think he said congratulations or something like that, Dalton. And it's like, because I think the profile picture at least looks like a successful person.
Fair.
In the back part of every successful person's mind, there has to be this little fantasy of, boy, what if I just threw it all away and became a screw up?
That's me, baby. I did it. I'm living the dream.
Oh, just like in the back of every Dalton's mind, there's the dream of, what if I ran the world?
What if I ran?
If I was in charge of the world.
I don't know what you're talking. I do a fantasy football league. We've talked about this, right?
Are you the commissioner?
I've been doing this league for 5 years, right?
No one wants to hear about your fantasy football team.
No. I said, you know what we should do? We should switch it up. A new commissioner every year. Put somebody else in power because I'm tired of all the bullshit rules. Let's put somebody else in power and have fun with this league again. And everybody's like, I'm like, you know what? Let's just draw the name from a hat. The president will just draw the name from the hat and he will rule the world for the next year. Nobody agreed with that. I thought it was a great idea. The world needs a little more chaos.
We're going to get right back to politics. You've got too much Bernie Sanders in your blood.
Maybe.
You've got too much Bernie Sanders in your blood.
Yeah. I do love butterscotch.
Not everyone wants to be the commissioner. The reason nobody agreed with you is everyone thought, well, if we just draw names from a hat, there's a chance it's going to be me.
Oh, no. It turned into absolutely not, because at one point you'll end up the commissioner. I'm like, yeah?
Yeah.
What's so wrong with that?
So here's the reason I'm no longer a Bernie bro. All this stuff he wants to do and pay for, there are projections that everyone's going to lose 40 to 60% of their paycheck. Right?
Okay.
I mean, you've seen those numbers, right? That's the only way we'll be able to do it.
As a man with no paycheck, though.
Exactly. But B, I only know of one profession. Where someone comes to you and says, hey, half of everything you make, that's mine. And I'm not staying on a street corner.
Okay. I'm willing to negotiate at this point. I think it pays over $9 an hour, and I might get a Thursday off on time to time.
I got a mighty test tickler built up.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay. So yeah. No,
You see what I'm saying there?
I do.
I'm no
I
one's
do.
prostitute.
Yeah, I got you.
Don't take half of everything I make.
I'm still voting for Bernie Sanders.
I know you are.
Yeah, consistently, I love Bernie Sanders. But anyway,
You're going to be voting for him after he's dead. And by that, I mean this coming election.
I'm going to back up a little bit here. The gentleman in the very nice suit you were talking about.
Yeah.
And you said, there's always that dream, like, what if I just threw it all away and just became a bum? I think there's another end of the spectrum where he listened to the point where I said I quit my job. He's like, well, good for him. He's finally sufficient. He finally did it. Congratulations, Dalton.
We did another one out of the workforce.
2 minutes later into the video, he's like, shit. Jump the gun on that one. But yeah, it's not bad.
There's also the possibility that he is a politician and he's rooting for the American machine, and he realizes that by booting you out of the system, everything got a little bit better.
That's fair. That's fair.
Everything's running a little bit closer to on time.
It's all right.
There is one fewer work day missed per week with Dalton out of the lineup.
Yeah. I'm kind of, so like I'm usually pretty dedicated when I first start a job. It just takes a little bit of time for like, I'm done with this. So I'm in that dedication mode right now. I'm like, yeah, I could do this for a little bit.
Well, you even talk about the incentives.
Yeah.
Raise incentives, right?
Yeah, there's plenty of raise options. Like I could bump up my paycheck over time very quickly.
But if you call in, you get fired.
But if you call in, you get fired. And that's a no-go for me. That is a no-go. I've had this conversation for years. I will show up. I will do the work exceedingly well. I will never cause you any problems. But every now and then I will take a day off. I need that.
It's not taking a day off, it's calling in a day. These are very different things. These are very different things. If you have vacation time, taking a day off, you can take that. If you have a personal holiday, taking vacation.
But you have to plan a vacation day. I'd say, oh, I'm going to have a day off in 4 weeks. What if I just wake up and I'm like, not today? That's the day off I want.
No, you're not an adult.
Nah, it's the day off I want.
That's called not being an adult.
No, that's being an adult. My bills are paid. I've got enough money.
You've got enough money to get you to your next paycheck.
Pay the bills and get by. I'm fine. I don't need any more than that. What else am I paying for?
Emergencies, Dalton. You break everything.
I'm aware.
You break everything.
My car's functioning.
You almost broke the camera last week.
Got
or was
a
that the
new
week
fridge.
before? The week before.
I'm fine. I'm good to go.
I know, buddy.
I just need a day off now.
I know, buddy. So where are you applying?
Nowhere right now. I'm enjoying this.
Dalton!
What?
You've got to keep applying. You know you're not going to last long there.
I've got at least a month before I decide. Oh, yes.
No.
Oh, yes. So when I first started at the prison years and years ago, I went 2 years without calling in.
You are not that dog anymore.
I got 3 more weeks at least.
No.
I got 3 more weeks.
No.
That's fine.
Dalton. You're not even working your shift yet.
No.
Do you know how bad it's going to be working that 4 to 1 a.m. shift?
It's going to be a little different.
It's going to be awful.
Why do you think it's going to be awful?
You're going to have to deal with the books, right?
I've been doing the books all week.
Yeah, but it's so you guys, I take it, do it by shift.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit different at the end of the day when everything's already closed.
You usually got to do like an end of day report, but that's
Well,
fine.
not only that, but I'm imagining there have to be 2 people there.
No.
No, so it's just you.
Some days it'll be just
Some
me.
days it'll be just you. You're going to want to go home because you've got nobody to talk to.
Lock the door and leave.
But you've got to do the books. And you were there late with the books.
That's fine.
And the next day, well, you got home and you had to do some of your work.
You're looking at this all wrong.
No, I'm looking at this very
If my
very.
shift is until 1 a.m.
objectively.
and it's 9 p.m. and I decide I want to go home, it's $9.50 an hour. Lock the door and leave. Leave the shirt hanging on the little, what do you call it? Handle. I have no ties to this job.
Dalton, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my point here,
That's
not
a
yours.
good thing for me. I enjoy that.
Right. No, I'm not saying you don't. What I'm saying is don't stop filling out applications because this is not for long.
Oh, no. I'm going to give myself a couple weeks. It'll be fine.
And this is long for naught.
We'll see how it goes. So if you would like to figure out how this goes, I'm sure we will have a full update within about a month's time. If you like this kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a like as well, because it's all I have to pad my pockets right now is those likes.
On Variety Hour, I'm feeling like bad cop these days. Like I'm the cop they send in to make you feel bad about yourself.
It's all right. I accept it.